This compilation contains recovered archive material associated with the Ross 128 monitoring incident. The following entries were recorded by signal researcher Daniel Kessler during routine analysis operations conducted within the Ross 128 system. Initial review classified the observed irregularities as isolated synchronization faults. Subsequent review disputed that assessment. Several entries contain partial corruption, synchronization instability, and unresolved structural deviation. All materials are presented in recovered form. Data integrity cannot be guaranteed. Begin archive playback. Date May 19th, 2142, ID R128K01, Kessler Signal Research Lead, Ross 128 Research Facility. We've recorded a minor irregularity in the signal data from the outer array. Initial readings suggest low-intensity interference within the local signal field. It's consistent across multiple scans, but not strong enough to affect primary operations. There is some indication of structure within the signal, not random at least, not entirely. The pattern is faint, repeating, but irregular in amplitude. It doesn't align with any known transmission source in the system. At this stage, it's being logged as background noise with non-random characteristics. No action required. Date May 21, 2142, ID R128K01, Kessler Signal Research Lead, Ross 128 Research Facility. The signal irregularity persists. Follow-up scans confirm a repeating structure across multiple observation windows. The intervals are consistent enough to rule out standard interference. Amplitude variation remains irregular, but the underlying pattern appears stable. We've cross-referenced local system activity. No known source accounts for the signal. It does not behave like environmental noise. There is a consistency to it. It's not drifting. At this stage, it remains low priority, but continued observation is recommended. Date May 24, 2142, ID R128K01, Kessler Signal Research Lead, Ross 128 Research Facility. Additional analysis of the signal has revealed inconsistencies in its timing. The pattern repeats, but not precisely. There are slight deviations in interval length that do not follow a predictable model. The structure is maintained, but the alignment shifts. We've attempted to correlate the variation with known external factors. No match. The signal is not degrading, and it is not stabilizing. It's maintaining form while introducing variation. I'm not prepared to classify that behavior. Further monitoring is ongoing. Date May 27, 2142, ID R128K01, Kessler Signal Research Lead, Ross 128 Research Facility. The signal continues to exhibit structured repetition with non-uniform timing. At this point, random interference can be ruled out. The pattern persists across all monitored frequencies within the local array. It is maintaining structure, not perfectly, but consistently. We've isolated segments of the signal for closer analysis. Each segment reflects the same behavior, repetition with deviation. There is no identifiable source within the system. The signal is not responding to environmental changes or system interference. It remains unaffected. I'm documenting it as an unidentified patterned signal. Date May 30, 2142, ID R128K01, Kessler Signal Research Lead, Ross 128 Research Facility. The signal is now present in all scheduled observation windows. Its structure is consistent with previous recordings, but the internal variation has increased. The pattern holds, but the deviations are no longer minor. They do not follow any known distribution. We've attempted predictive modeling, but the signal does not conform. It cannot be reliably projected forward. There's no indication that it is degrading. There is no indication that it is stabilizing. It remains consistent in presence, but not in behavior. I'm not prepared to define what this is. Continued observation is required.
Post-incident review of the Ross 128 archive remains ongoing. Repeated verification attempts continue to produce inconsistent structural results. Several associated datasets remain inaccessible. No authorized interpretation regarding the origin or operational behavior of the observed signal currently exists. Further archive releases remain and are pending review. Analysis unresolved.